Welcome everyone to the final podcast of 2016 for Smacked Up Wrestling Podcast. As usual, leave us any comments what you thought of Smackdown last night, or any other wrestling comments, because Smackdown was pretty shit hot, so to speak. And as well, you can now follow us on Twitter, and Martin's finally fixed it for me, at SU Wrestle, and that is SU Wrestle. And also like us on Facebook, where we like to post random shite as well. As usual, I'm your host, Will, and I'm always joined with the man of the hour, Martin.
The man with the power.
Might
as well go for the Dusty Rhodes quote.
We'll go for Everton, mate. Smackdown was fucking awesome last night.
3 matches, that's all you need.
That's all, 2 hours.
3 long matches, some promos, a wee tease of what's next week. Boom.
Yeah, the matches were great. Some botches, they were quite, I wouldn't say sloppy in the side. The women's match could have been sloppy, but they were going at such a fast pace. But I totally forgive anything because of the story they told. It was brilliant.
Why?
When we get to Alexa, I don't care, mate. She's probably the best women wrestler.
That was a star-making performance for her last night.
She is, and I'm going to say it, I will put her over Charlotte, I'll put her over fucking Sasha. She is the best women wrestler in WWE
Overall,
right now.
no one touches her.
Yes.
Apart from Becky. But even at that, on promos,
Aye.
no one comes close to Alexa
when we get to what she'd done, because she kind of scared a lot of people, but what she'd done was...
It was fantastic.
Amazing.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
Because first off, we had John Cena.
I actually really liked his promo, mate. I
Right,
really liked
it's
it.
2016. If you boo John Cena, you're just a prick.
I really liked
You're
it.
a prick looking for attention. And last night in Chicago, funnily enough, it was full of pricks looking for attention. Because Cena came out, he had a hell of a promo. He gets things going for the Rumble, and I loved his excuse, by the way. He challenges the winner of the world title match to a match at the Rumble for the belt, and then he says, "Why can I do this? Because I'm John Cena. That's why."
Yeah, it's like
I'm not going to argue with him.
It's like making fun of himself. He actually mentioned Super Cena. That's what I loved.
Yeah, I was just going to say, aye.
He
mentioned Super Cena didn't have a super year and all this. He knows it's out there. Have you ever looked at John Cena's Instagram?
It's funny as fuck.
It's amazing. But he can't get in trouble for it because he never outright says anything. It's just there for you to interpret, as he puts it. Do you know, honestly, the more that I found out about Cena, the person, over the years, he's honestly just a guy you would have fun hanging out with.
Yeah.
You know, he's just fun.
He is. That's the thing. That I took. His promo was very early Cena. I'm talking about Thugonomics Cena, and that's what I liked.
Yes.
I really bought into it. I can't wait for the Rumble match now, for him getting... He will get the 16 times title.
I don't know if it'll be at the Rumble, but it's certainly going to happen. I wouldn't complain if, say, he won it there and then had the match with Taker that we all want so badly.
As long as it's not for the belt, that's the thing I don't want. I'd love to... I just want they two to do it, and... Because if Taker was to lose...
It doesn't need the belt.
It does need to have the belt. But if the Taker was to lose and it was for a title, it's just like a double slap. If you're booking, so to speak, like the mysterious Undertaker. But, no, mate, I really enjoyed it. I liked how he basically shut the crowd up because they were laughing with him.
CM Punk chant, you saying Cena sucks? I can't really hear you.
Yeah, he shot them down again, and it was brilliant. Chicago is the best place for crowds. Last night, they were 10 times better than Raw. Much better than Raw. And I was looking forward to the podcast. We did try to do it live. I've just got bad upload speed, so we can't do a live podcast in my house.
I can suss something at some point.
Yeah. So
ideally, we'd get the Rumble done, but it might not. Wouldn't be possible. We'll look into it.
But having you still got us anyhow, so Everton's off fine and dandy. And as you can probably see, I know me and Martin can't see it just now, but you're going to see it when the video's uploaded. We're hitting out with a new logo. This is going to be the brand new logo going into 2017. And it'll probably continue until Raw or SmackDown change their fonts again.
We'll see how lazy we feel. We might make it an annual tradition, or we might get bored next week and just have a bit of paper.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to use a kazoo and a bit of A4 with a pen, but, Will decided to learn things.
I was trying.
And put them to good use. You make me sick improving yourself as a person. Make me fucking sick.
I am not paying $30 or £30 a month to let me play music in an intro going live.
Fuck that noise.
We don't make money yet. So when we make money, I'll probably do it. But just now, no. You will just get it. It's rendered. Enjoy. So we start off with the tag match. Just 3 championships on the line, 3 long matches, and they were awesome. Like I said, the tag match was really good with the Usos, the American Alpha, the Wyatts, and
the one bad thing that came out of it is apparently Heath got injured.
Is that when he botched?
I don't know. He was just tweeting about it to say he was off to see the doctors. I don't know what the injury actually is, but hope he gets well soon. Had a great year.
He's had a
an absolutely fantastic year.
He has had a good year because him and Rhino got put out first, but the way he got put out, it was a botch for the top rope, and that's probably where he has injured himself, because he didn't land right on his leg.
I think it's probably a knee thing, but I don't want to speculate. I want the guy to get better. He's been fantastic this year. One of the best things about WWE, and in particular SmackDown this year. And I hope he's not out for long, because he deserves that WrestleMania payday.
It was. I was quite shocked. I will be honest with the outcome of the tag match, because the Usos went out as well. I was a bit shocked.
I did think that we were going to see the Wyatts have a little run up to the Rumble, maybe, with those titles.
That's what I'm a bit pissed at with this. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not taking anything away from American Alpha becoming
but I mean,
champions.
It's Bray's first belt, and he's not even properly defended it.
Yeah.
Apart from last week.
Unless
the week before, was it?
The week before, unless they're going to do it as like a story where Randy's cost him the belts. That was his first title. We've got to see where it goes, but I thought... But
even that wasn't even Randy's fault. It was some weird interference by Harper. I'm not quite sure what he was going for, because obviously he didn't touch Randy, but he didn't touch Gable either. He just kind of jumped up on the rope and fucked something up.
No, it was Randy Hutton.
That said,
Randy Hutton.
If we're going to get Randy and Luke Harper at the Rumble, I'm okay with that.
There was just so many things. Like I said, I'm not taking anything away from American Alpha. You had to have a face take it off the heel. If it was the Usos down to the last 2, it would be the Wyatts going home with the belts. There's no way a heel will drop to another heel, so to speak, in that sense, even though the Wyatts are incredibly over. And the way with Randy Orton just now is making it more interesting. At first we weren't too sure, but now it's paying off. It's really good to watch. So, but having American...
I'm delighted. Sorry, I'm just delighted to see American Alpha get the belts, even if it just seems to be a coincidence. Well, that's... just because the big storyline called for it, rather than they got built to it properly.
That's the thing. I'm happy they've got the belts, and I think that's what takes the shine off it, is because of how fast the Wyatts have dropped them, and that takes the shine off it. If they built up a story with American Alpha and the Wyatts, and say the Wyatts dropped at the Rumble American Alpha, that would have been a better payoff. American Alpha is the best tag team on the main roster. We're still waiting for DIY and what's the other team? They dropped the titles to DIY. They're brilliant.
Oh, you talking about Dash and Dawson? Revival?
Revival, that's it. And when they come up...
They're going to be amazing when they come up.
Oh, yeah. And they're
ready. That's the thing, they're absolutely ready. I don't know why they're holding off.
That'll be good. Oh, big yawn. Oh, sorry, folks. But no, I did feel it took a wee bit of shine off. But we've got to wait and see where it goes with
Exactly, that's the
the
golden
story.
rule. There's a story being
There's
told.
a story being told, and I liked how SmackDown really, really, really stayed away with a lot of the main stories we've had over the last couple of weeks, and they just kept it to very, very small backstage segments with The Miz, Dean Ambrose, and Renee Young, and also Nikki Bella. I thought they had done it really well. Even the James Ellsworth one, I really liked how Carmella was like, just come on, and then that's it. You don't know anymore, and there's not really much about talking about them because it's just that was it. It was just nice backstage segments to break up the action, because it was long matches for the titles, and it was really well done, over 2 hours, and it was just so refreshing after you had that long boring Raw, and then you get something like that where the segments don't need to be like two people in the ring.
And the segments were as long as they need to be. Nothing was dragged out. It was just, here's the point, here's the character, move on.
Yeah, and they were interesting to watch. Even the Nikki Bella one, I'll give it that. It was interesting to watch. But we'll move on to the women's match. Like I said, for how fast it was a bit sloppy, but I can't complain when the payoff was good.
Yeah.
In the sense, we had a lot of great moves from Becky Lynch. Alexa, sorry. She's, like you said, mate, we've said it before in the past, she'll improve over time, and it's paying off now. She is a good champion, a really good champion.
Aye.
I want a t-shirt. I will buy.
I'm surprised Warner haven't sued them yet.
Oh, I know. I'm waiting for it, but I will buy that t-shirt. The match was really good. Few iffy spots, but I think the one part we have to really talk about, and they said it on the match, people believed that she was going to be out, and until it came out that she's double jointed, it is.
Well, that's my guess, because I
No,
was
she
watching
is.
the replay.
She is. It's came out today. She's double jointed. She's done it a couple of times.
Because I was watching the replay, because during the match they actually cut away, so you couldn't tell that she was holding her arm, looking like it was dislocated, and then when you watch the replay, she just pulls her arm back up, just like a normal person would move their arm, shoves the ref, pins Becky, and it was great. Absolutely great. Such a smart thing to do. Completely unique finish.
It is. I've never seen it before. She
exactly.
popped her elbow. And when you see the picture, there's a picture of it now, and it looks legit broke. It's not sitting right, and nope, she's double jointed, so she managed to pop that, leave it there. So it was a great image. It was fucking fantastic. And I'll say this just now, that is 10 times better than the blood from Sasha to finish a match. Yeah. That was unique. We've never seen that before. And okay, you had that luchador rundown. People were talking about it was Naomi. The ass was too small.
It clearly was, because the
ass was too small.
Close up, it was a black lassie.
A lot of people thought it was Mickie James. It's no Mickie. It's people.
Mickey's no black.
Tamina. I thought Tamina was there.
Tamina? She's too tall.
It's no Naomi though, because the ass is far too small.
Well, I never actually looked. They were just looking under the mask, and it was clearly a black lassie.
So we'll go to see, but they're spreading out. Who's going to? That'll be Becky Lynch's new opponent. So who now is going to go for the title? Because
unless they always using ass pads or something.
Try and shrink it in.
Thumb padding.
But now it leaves the question: who goes for the women's title? Because you're going to have Nikki Bella and Natalya. Carmella's doing her own thing just now, which I think is for the best.
Yes. She's got a storyline, keeps Ellsworth busy, and it's amusing.
Yeah, and it gives her time to, even if it's house shows, get better in the ring. Aye, and then you won't see some of her flaws, which is happening. She's still very green. So we're just going to wait and see how it goes for her. But I think that'll be really good. But it just leaves, well, who's the champion going to face? And it's interesting. It's going to be interesting because now we've seen on Raw so many variations, even from NXT, to what's happening just now in Raw.
Oh yeah, outside your best three on Raw, there's nobody there worthy of challenging for that title.
No.
Whereas the SmackDown Women's division, tighter, bit more even overall. Like, if they could put almost anyone in the title picture and you would take it seriously. I'm not saying the match quality would be great if it was the likes of Naomi. No. I'm just saying you wouldn't bat an eyelid if she was put there.
It'd be funny if it was Eva Marie who came back. Oh, fuck. Oh, God.
All woke everything.
But it's interesting. It's interesting to see where we're going to go. I'm really digging. Alexa is the best women champion just now on the main roster. She's better than the NXT Women's Champion. Your favourite? No. No, I don't think
Asuka's something else.
Asuka's something different. But I really like how she's made her own thing. When you think back, she was just like a daft cheerleader gimmick in NXT, and then it's evolved into
and then got the claw and became evil.
Yeah, I'm digging it, mate. I really love her character. The fact she's got body piercings makes it hot as fuck as well. So the only thing I can think of, mate, and what I would not bat my eyelids at, we all know Mickie James has gone to SmackDown.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing her and Mickie James go at it. I wouldn't mind that.
Good few matches, I reckon.
Yeah, I genuinely wouldn't mind that. If that was like at Royal Rumble or something, I would accept it, and it would be good to watch. There's very few bad things you can say about that women's division just now and SmackDown, because I think they've learnt the last couple of mistakes and they're trying to set things right, and they're doing the right thing the way things are going.
Aye.
So we just have to wait and see. But again, there's another story coming off it. I'm happy with that, so we'll see where that's going to go. What did you think overall?
I really enjoyed it. It was given a decent length. It told the story it needed to tell. It separated the two of them, because surely that's a blow off for now. Because, as you say, you've got this El Luchadora attacking Becky. It was a bit of a star maker for Alexa.
Yeah.
She's got a lot of attention off of that, rightfully so.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing what she does next, but I've been a fan of hers for a wee while, since she turned heel in NXT. But I'm intrigued, which is a hell of a lot more than I can say about any of Raw.
Yeah.
Other than Strowman and Zayn.
Yeah. And that's the difference. When you look back, right, they only had 3 matches last night compared to Raw, which was about 4 or 5, give or take.
Aye. And they were short as well.
Yeah. And SmackDown blew them out of the water again. Blew them out of the water.
Just the structure of the show they've copied old, say like the Von Erichs down in Texas.
Yep.
Their stuff, they've got a show from like just the world class championship wrestling model, where you've got a match, you've got to talk about, you've got a match, you've got to talk about. It's a sound structure, everything's built around it, and it works. Whereas Raw, it's not even like unpredictable in a good way. It just feels messy.
Yeah.
I mean, they need to stop opening with a promo every week. Maybe do it once every 3 or 4 weeks. But I mean, 20 minutes of talking right away kills the crowd.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just kills them. And I mean, it's different on SmackDown last night, because Cena is back. It's a big deal when he shows up now. And because he isn't there every week, and that was something to get the crowd's attention, and it was a great promo.
That's it. The fact that he can hold a promo. If it was like, say, Roman Reigns or somebody, mate, I would have just went no.
Oh Christ! Can you imagine him talking to himself for 20 minutes, suffering succotash, son?
No, I mean that's the complete difference with the likes of Cena and Roman Reigns. It's night and day. It's night and day. I'm just going through a couple of things online, mate. Yeah, it's definite she's double jointed. Apparently she's done this a few times. Which I don't want to see it all the time.
No, and you won't.
You would, but that was brilliant. I just loved how you seen that in the match, and then you start questioning it. Oh my god! And then it's like, no, she just finished the match, and the arm's moving. Especially when you see the image of it bent right down. It was fantastic. It gave me the book, but it was fantastic. Let's talk about the main event. Because there's no really, there was only 3 matches.
Just before that,
yeah,
Miz's storyline for the night.
Yeah, when you go.
Where you had what's her face, the lassie with the stupid name, Dasha. Seriously, that's not a real name, hen. That's the word Dash with an E after it.
In America,
anyway,
it could be considered a real name. Think about where we live, and there's people who's called their Wayne's Gucci.
I know, but at least that's got like a sort of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure charm about it. Dasha's just nonsense. Anyway, you had Dasha go to Miz's dressing room, all the security outside it, and then saying, can I talk to him? And then Miz basically saying, bugger off and send Renee. And later on, before the main event, Renee comes along, the security gather round, Miz comes out, and she asks him, what are you going to do next year since you had such a good year? And just as he goes to answer it, he sends the security away. Is there no need? The camera moves back. Renee repeats the question. Miz is about to answer, and Renee starts smiling because there's one security guard left. And in what I hope becomes the running gag throughout his WWE career, Dean Ambrose was once again dressed up.
It was so funny. It's really well.
Everybody.
it's really well done. I really enjoy it, especially when we know they two were seeing each other. It's not really hidden in the speak.
Divas is on, isn't
it? Yeah, but they did keep it quiet. But like you said, it's Total Divas. But to have like they two go at it, I've never watched Total Divas, mate. So I don't know what they
You'd
are
love
like.
it.
Oh, mate, no. No.
I'm surprised Marie doesn't make you watch it.
No.
She'd love it.
No.
Anyway, but having those two, like, have this wee brawl, and Miz gets battered, and all his security gets battered, and then he just picks up the walkie-talkie and goes, it's all clear here, lads. I love this thing that he's got of dressing up in ridiculous ways to attack people, and I hope it continues for his entire career, because it's a great gimmick.
I still think the funniest one was the Mountie. I think the Mountie was just the best, especially when you see Daniel Bryan's
break.
He was ready to break because he knew it was coming. If you know what I mean, and he was trying his best to hold it back.
He couldn't keep a straight face before that catchphrase. I love it, absolutely loved it. But as a running joke, it's one of my favourites. I think if I was like a teenager watching this, he'd be my favourite.
It was really
just
well
like
done.
Stone Cold was,
It was really well done. I really found it funny. I thought, there's more to you than just this lunatic character, and I kind of hope they drop the lunatic thing a wee bit.
It's a stupid name. I mean, the lunatic friend. That's not how you describe a person. It's not as bad as the outlandish for fucking thing me over in Raw. That's just stupid.
Yeah. But I do dig Ambrose just now. I've always liked Ambrose, but I really like this side of Ambrose. But it's going to be interesting. And like you said as well, Miz looked like something out of Final Fantasy with that pin.
The weird tie decoration. It was like a key on his tie attached to his suit.
Yeah, he's worn it a couple of times. I've seen it now. But I never.
It's not a bad look for the guy.
No, I like his look. I like this whole Hollywood douchebag look he's gone for. If anybody from Hollywood listens, it's no disrespect. But I really do like the look he's going for. It totally suits him as he knows how to play his character really well and get heat incredibly good. Mate, I can't wait. I think the matches they're building with the stories is the payoff's going to be so much better. These payoffs are 10 times better than what Raw can do just now, no matter what they try.
It's because Raw's not built anything. It just kind of falls over itself. Whereas now we know that we're getting AJ and Cena in the Rumble.
Yep.
And there's 4 weeks to go. There's 4 weeks to build.
Yeah.
It's not like it's going to get set up next week and then have 3 weeks to build, like what Raw's clearly going to have to do.
Yeah, Raw really has to fucking pull something out their arse. The main event, I thought was tidy. It was probably the best. I know you're going to hate hearing it, but it was probably the best we've seen
It
Baron
was
Corbin.
Boring's best match, but see if you work for WWE and you're put in that situation and you don't have a good match with those two in the match with you, you've no business being there.
Well, I don't know if you've
Did he
heard.
do anything
Well,
to add to this match? He just took abuse.
I don't know if you've heard who's actually been helped train him for being a big guy. Kane.
Well, I was actually going to say, why was he bumping about like Kane? Because he's not big enough.
Kane's been.
See, when he was taking, see when they were setting up the announce table spot, and AJ jumped off the stairs to scalp him, he was bumping exactly like Kane. Now, as a teacher, no one better for a big guy.
Nope. That he's.
Boring isn't big enough.
He's not big enough, but I think having Kane mentor him backstage and certain
It's
things.
the best possible idea.
Yeah, it's.
Absolutely is, but he's no big enough.
We've got to see how it's
He's
going
just
to.
like,
Because I think, see, if he didn't have somebody, we're just going to sit here and bitch about him every week. But the fact that they see something, and they're like, right, okay, learn from him. Put new things into your matches. Don't be this pure, which you are, a very one-dimensional character. And
well, that's my problem. There isn't a character and the guy can't act.
no, he's still got a lot. He was too early to come
He's
up.
still
That was
got
my
a bit of
problem.
learning to do in the ring as well. Because there was a one point he's supposed to grab the ref to stop the count and he fucked it. The only reason that Ziggler did the one's because the ref stopped counting.
I
He
think
was too late to grab him.
I think he should have came up for NXT at the just past the WrestleMania call up that coming. I think an extra 6 months wouldn't have done him any harm to learn certain things. But Ziggler and AJ, which a lot of fans would have, we've been really wanting to see what they two be like. They didn't disappoint. They two. Would be
the only disappointment
brilliant.
I had was that it wasn't just they two fighting.
I know. If it was they two in a title match for a pay-per-view, I'd buy it because the two of them were brilliant.
Make sure to see it live.
Very similar styles, but they know how to work with each other, and that was really good for the first time seeing it live. How they do it. AJ was just brilliant as usual. Dolph Ziggler was really good as usual. There was no many complaints you could take away for that match. The outcome was going to be obvious because Cena already said at the start he's going to face the winner at the Rumble. Everyone knew it was going to be against
The
AJ.
heel and Corbin's no anywhere near ready.
Some of the things AJ was doing though, he's still trying to be that heelish character, like a jerk to everybody, but they must see that like we're still cheering the guy, we love the guy. And like he shook Cena's hand at the end with the belt lying on the ground, like, right, okay, it's going to be us two. And still try to be a jerk about it, but the crowd were still cheering no matter what. It's going to be weird.
It's because he's too good.
Will there be the switch? Will there be the switch? No, I can't. I'd be ultra surprised at this time that Cena will finally go heel. I can't see it. AJ switching to face. I don't want him to switch. I'm happy the way he
I
is.
can see it happening, but I don't know when. They're going to keep him heel for as long as possible, and he's going to keep getting cheered because he's damn good.
He deserves it. Which leaves now where does SmackDown go for the next couple of weeks, which I think is going to be brilliant because the storylines are really picking up. We know what's happening. The only thing we don't know what's happening in Rumble is the tag in the women's. But I think we're going to have good stories behind them. The tag one, I do hope it'll be back to like the Wyatts will try and go for it. Even if they put what I did like about the American Alpha situation, it was Randy. It let them go over him.
Aye, a clean pin.
Yeah, I was happy with that.
They did their big move. He went down.
Aye, that's something you'd expect Luke Harper to take, but not it was Randy Orton, which I thought, well, fair play. The women's, like I said, if it's Mickie James versus Alexa, I'm happy with that. I'm totally cool with that. Alexa will still be champion, but I'm cool with it. And I can't wait to see John Cena versus AJ. I genuinely cannot wait to see that. Because I know it's going to be a good match. You just know it's going to be a good match because of the past two.
Aye.
So,
Aye, absolutely.
So that was really SmackDown. There was no really much. There was nothing really to complain because it was fucking damn good 2 weeks in a row. And there was nothing really to, like, pure magnify or anything like that, because, like you said, mate, they'd done what they had to do. It was just, like, you had minimum story, a lot of action. Okay, a bit sloppy because of, like, the pace they were going at, but with the payoffs in each 3 matches at the end, it's like, right, okay, we'll forgive it because the payoff was better than the fuck up. If it was just a shite ending, then all you're going to remember is the fuck up. So
exactly.
I'm happy with that. So, like we done with Raw yesterday, mate. What is your standout moment for SmackDown in 2016?
See, unlike with Raw this year, we're a bit spoilt for choice.
I know.
Because there's been some fantastic matches on SmackDown and some cracking feuds. And I wish I'd thought of this beforehand, because now I'm going to end up saying something and forgetting something else.
You can fix it in Twitter.
You know.
Remember, people, that is at SU Wrestle. See, now I can say it.
Just, for now, I'll go with the safe answer, and it's been Miz and AJ cementing themselves as the guys. Like, both of their runs this year have been fantastic. Miz has shown people why he's still there. AJ's shown people why he should have been there years ago.
For me, the best thing about SmackDown... Oof, this is going to be a tough one. Mate, you're right, you're spoiled for choice, because you can easily go with the Wyatts, you can go with AJ, you can go with the Miz. There's so many. I don't want to do Ellsworth. I really don't, because that's like an obvious one. But I think
I know to make him a star out of nowhere.
But to like generalise SmackDown, I would say having AJ, just in general. He's made, like I said when I went to the Glasgow show, you paid money to see AJ. I was pissed I didn't get to see AJ. So having him as the main face of SmackDown over John Cena is fucking some doing. Is he a bigger face in the company?
Not yet.
No yet, but I'd say if Cena wasn't there still, okay, I'd still hold him higher than Owens, Jericho, Rollins, and Reigns.
Yeah.
And he can work with anybody, whereas they 4 guys are still keeping this thing going together. I'm not saying it's a bad thing with Jericho and Kevin Owens, but with AJ, he's had Ambrose, now it's Cena, he's had Ellsworth, he's had Ziggler for 2 weeks, and every single one has been entertaining. There's no been anything where you can go like, that was bad.
This is insane. What a year. It's probably, in fact, it is the best debut year since Lesnar.
Aye, definitely. Anything bad for SmackDown this year you can think of?
Apollo Crews.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Dropped the ball with him. He was up too early. They didn't take advantage of having him there. They've not played to his strengths. He's not even getting used as like a spare kind of guy. I mean, he's had that match with Miz, which was fun, and
I think it said
his
it all,
character's
mate.
just no there.
I think it said it all. See, back at the TLC kickoff show, I know you didn't watch it, but now like he's always a smiling one, and the faces one, you could tell he's not happy. Or the faces are all hugging each other at the end, and he's just like, "Oh, I'm here then." If you know what I mean, and I get what you mean. They have dropped the ball with him. Can they repackage him?
There's always a chance. Look at Heath.
Yeah.
Goes from jobber to the stars to jobber for legends to tag team champ.
Yeah, it's weird how they would repackage him though, because his moveset. It's like if you take what do you call him again? Neville. His moveset is very babyface. And
I know, but he's doing a good job of being a bastard.
Yeah, he's changing a lot of his moves to just ground, hold, which a heel does. Mick Foley said that best himself, if he was going to get booed for the crowd, he'll make it the most boring match possible. And that's what he did, was ground and hold. But the crowd still cheered him. It didn't matter what Mick Foley done. So, no, you're right. The worst thing for me, which has now got better, because it was worrying to start with, was the women's division. Because Raw's women's division was solid. We had like the first podcast we ever done, I spoke about how green a lot of the wrestlers were there. Apart from Becky, and I think Natalia was there, but there was a couple of things. Well, yeah, they were still very green. Now, when you look at it, we've had two champions. Alexa's been the standout person for that women's division. They're growing stronger, and they're doing the right thing with Carmella. Just like build yourself up. We made a mistake pushing you in too early, but now like build you up, and given this thing with Ellsworth, it'll pay off. It'll pay off. I wouldn't say that's the worst thing, but they're mending it quicker than leaving it so long. They've now taken strides to fix that women's division, which they needed to do, because Raw's women's division is main evented pay-per-views and main evented Raws. So now SmackDown has to step up their game for that. It is kind of hard though when you have got AJ as a champion. It's hard to look over AJ, and it's no trying to be a sexist thing. It's just, if you look at
just the talent.
There's
no hiding it.
That's the thing. It's basically, if you look at your strongest players, it's like AJ. He can look what he done with James Ellsworth. He made him look like a star,
and he didn't need to.
No,
he just did it because that's the professional that he is.
Yep. So, I wanted to leave this question. I know the answer, right? I know the answer, mate. So out of the two rosters for the year, who's your standout star?
This is the thing. So many people have had a great year on both rosters. Braun Strowman, AJ, Miz. Ziggler's done pretty well for the year.
Yeah.
He had a nice little resurgence later on. Ellsworth is a guy who came out of literally nowhere, was supposed to get crushed for 5 minutes, and now somehow he's done the impossible out of it. AJ has had the best year. Nothing touches what he's done this year. He main events Wrestle Kingdom. He goes to the Royal Rumble. He wins the crowd immediately. He gets Vince McMahon's attention because Vince didn't know who he was. The thing about Vince is he's that busy. He can't watch all this wrestling, so he knows there's other wrestling out there, but he can't see firsthand. He has to see when they're working for him. That's why when they signed Mick Foley, he had no idea that Cactus Jack would get such a pop at Madison Square Garden when he came out against Triple H.
Yes.
In that very famous hardcore match. AJ everybody knew if he got to WWE and he was allowed to do what he wanted, he could be something good. No one in their wildest dreams, even like the super hardcore AJ Styles fans, would have expected him to have the year that he's had.
No.
Because as soon as he got that title, that was him. He's held on to it. No one has came close to him. He's delivered incredible performances, one after the other. No two matches have been the same, and that's even more impressive given that he's wrestling on TV at least 3 or 4 times a month. He stole the show a bit on Raw. His feud with Jericho was a bit of a letdown. I don't know what happened, if he was still settling, but Jericho definitely helped him for having them work together. I think it settled him into WWE style a lot more quickly than he would have otherwise. And Cena just kind of, gave him the finishing touches.
Yeah.
As I said earlier, we've not had a debut year like this since Lesnar. And He deserves every bit of it, and he keeps delivering. And assuming everything goes to plan, he's your Mania main eventer.
I basically agree with you, mate. It's got to be AJ for me. When you look at overall what he's done this year, like you said, for Wrestle Kingdom to the Royal Rumble to Mania, and then the rest so far has been brilliant to watch. It's hard not to pick him. It's when you look at other wrestlers and their title runs. Like people have not made an issue about Kevin Owens losing to Roman Reigns because it's Roman Reigns, whereas we have an issue with that just now, more so than when Ellsworth pinned AJ.
That was a different thing though, because it was made clear that Ellsworth didn't pin him because Ellsworth was any near his level. Ellsworth beat him because of silly buggers.
Yeah, and that's it. And
this is what happened with Roman and Kev. That was just a clean pin. The thing about that is that Kev is giving his best stuff and pulling out all the stops, and Roman isn't selling, and then just spear pin. It's bullshit. And that's how. It's just bullshit.
And like I said, that's how the storyline with Ellsworth and that was interesting. Did they kill the storyline at the correct time? I think they did. I don't think there was anything else you could have done with it. So now we've just got to see what they do with that for Ellsworth. But AJ has made anybody that stepped in that ring with him look 10 times than what they are.
Credible.
10 times what they are. So it's all down to him. He is the best star of 2016 in WWE. Best wrestler of the year. I think he'll win it. I think
by far
he'll win
it. See soon, and I don't know how soon, but soon, Joe and Nakamura are going to move up. And I mean, as talented as this roster is just now, and I do believe it's the best overall roster WWE's ever had, the terrifying thing for other companies is that it's only going to get better.
Yeah. And you've got to wonder, are we getting the best wrestling we've had in a long time? As long as they fix...
we're spoiled.
As long as they fix Raw, they've got to fix Raw.
Your average fan doesn't know how good they have it just now.
Yeah.
Raw storyline-wise is appalling. Raw match quality-wise is not. There's not a bad match. There's boring matches. There's matches that aren't as good as others. But there's not an out-and-out match where you would go, Jesus Christ, that stunk the place up.
Yeah.
Which is impressive in itself.
Raw's got a lot to, I think, fix for going next year forward. SmackDown, as long as they're sticking to what they've done since the brand split, I think they'll be fine. They'll be fine.
Absolutely. SmackDown can only fuck themselves up.
Yeah. So, let's wrap this podcast up. It's, like we said, this is the final one for the year. We hope everybody...
Just before that, and as for next week, we'll have Raw on the Tuesday, we'll have SmackDown on the Wednesday, and on Thursday, after watching it the day before, Wrestle Kingdom.
Oh, I forgot it's next week. Was that the 4th?
It is, aye. So I'll get you the link as soon as possible. It's a 4-hour show. It's Japan's WrestleMania. I guarantee you'll love it.
No worries, bud. No worries. So everyone, me and Martin want to wish you a Happy New Year when it comes on Sunday. Thanks for the... What's that now? September we started this. Thanks for giving us the opportunity
to come in your ears.
So we thank you for that. And as usual, leave us a like on the video. Leave any comments. What did you think of SmackDown? Also sub the channel at The Gaming Fault. I said it yesterday, more stuff's coming next year. Me and Martin's got a couple ideas we want to try for the channel. Try and make a lot more things happening. Also follow us on Facebook, the Smacked Up Wrestling podcast link. The link will be in the description, where we post anything like serious news to silly buggers news. 90% is always silly buggers, but we always find something that's really interesting to find, which a lot of wrestling fans don't usually get to see, and it's always a really good read. And also follow us at Twitter at SU Wrestle, and that's SU Wrestle now. finally got it right. Everyone, thank you for listening to Smacked Up Wrestling Podcast. This has been a brilliant 4 or 5 months for me and Martin. We've really enjoyed it. We've really enjoyed entertaining you with our wrestling knowledge. We hope you have a great new year. And for the last time in 2016, I've been Will.
And I'm wishing Stan Lee a happy 94th birthday. Can you believe it?
Wrap him in cotton wool right now.
Oh God, get him some kind of bio-proof chamber thing. Get him a Bacta tank for Star Wars.
Oh, we've got to protect him. Protect him!
Aye, he has to make it through.
Everyone, thank you for listening, and we'll catch you next year on Tuesday. Thank you.
Cheerio.